Watching Nation 1 TV News. My name is Azaglo Elizabeth. The World Bank has assures its support to educational transformation for results and job creation in Ghana. Speaking in an engagement with the press, the Minister for Education, Hon.Haruna Idrisu, calls for transparency in schools placement by enforcing WAEC and GES standards.
To extend access to higher education in every part of Ghana and in every region of Ghana. Yesterday, I had the rare privilege to join the Deputy Minister for Defense and the Chief of Defense Staff to supervise the initiation of work on the National Defense University of Ghana, which will focus on strategic studies whilst accommodating the constituent colleges of the Ghana military and armed forces. I would shortly be making a request to Cabinet for approval of the legal framework of the National Defense University. A bill will accordingly be laid before Cabinet for subsequent submission to Parliament for the formalization of what already exists. The Ghana Military Academy, the Command College and the Kofi Annan Peace Training Center will all be part of the constituent colleges of the dedicated military institution. I want to personally recognize that in Ghana today, if there is any institution that is upholding the tenets and value of decency, of professionalism, the Ghana Armed Forces stand first. And therefore, in the provision of this opportunity, we are guided that this will help improve the relationship, military-civil relations. So it's not going to be limited only to military-related courses or matters relating to warfare. I expect that there will be introduction of innovative courses, including artificial intelligence and many other areas that may serve the community. This morning, I had a rare privilege to accommodate some traditional rulers from the Kenyasi number 2 area in the Ahafo region, accompanied by the Honorable Regional Minister for Ahafo. I'm happy to note and announce that subject to further consultations with the Christian Amwaku Normal Committee and higher authority, government will grant policy approval for the University of Mines and Technology Takwa to establish a dedicated additional campus in Kenyasi number 2 in the Ahafo region to serve the young people in that area. And the courses in that area should focus necessarily on mining and mining-related activities and other courses in agriculture and whatever other areas of applied science they may choose. So we will. Now the new decision is we don't want to be announcing creation of universities only by paper. You go to Parliament and introduce a bill and you have established a university when there is no lecture room and when there is no dormitory and there is no accommodation. So our new policy shift is to precede this announcement with adequate infrastructure presence in those areas. The University of Health and Allied Health Sciences, INHO, will also be required, subject to the approval of its council, to establish a new satellite campus dedicated to applied pharmacology and biomedical sciences. We will begin work, as I said, in Keta, beginning with some modicum of infrastructure to support the takeoff of those institutions. Let me now use this opportunity to state that the University for Engineering and Agricultural Sciences, which bill was assented to by the President pursuant to Article 106 of the Constitution, will take off September this year with its first admission of 800 students. 400 students for agriculture and 400 students for engineering. The Korean contractor, I must acknowledge the role of the previous administration. They dedicated some financing amount of 92 million for what was referred to as the Bunsu University, except that they were unable to complete it because of the debt exchange program that they occasioned. I'm happy to note that thankfully the Honorable Minister for Finance has improved largely the economic landscape and is able to honor outstanding obligations to the Korean contractor. We expect them to complete work not later than 30th June for the takeoff of the university. President Mahama will announce through this ministry a newly constituted council for the takeoff of the university, and of the 1,200 dedicated for tertiary education, 200 will be dedicated to see to the takeoff of the university. So it won't struggle, at least in the formative years, the minimum requirement that they need as staff for the takeoff of the university. So those of you in the media, where the initiative of the previous government are worth pursuing, and we will pursue them if they are willing. Let me now conclude, and as I indicated, Director General, Deputy Director General, you are here. The GES should issue guidelines to support the recruitment process. We do not want over-subscription as is anticipated, and therefore my request would be, when your portal gets to 10, 12,000, close the portal, then other generation can follow the next opportunity that will follow, subject to approval from the Ministry of Finance. But make it competitive, decentralized, and into other areas. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, once I have you, one of the major
Thank you for watching Nation One TV. Kindly subscribe for more news updates.